Good morning, student of class 5. How are you? I hope you all are fit and healthy. Welcome again in your EVS class. So student, today date is 5 November 2020 and I am teaching you chapter number 20 and name of the chapter is Birth of a Nation. Birth of a nation. So student, let's do little recapitulation what we have done in our previous video. So student, in a previous video I discussed the keywords of this chapter and things to remember. These are very important points, student. Don't ignore this. Once the chapter is completed, please read these things to remember points. Whole complete summary of the chapter is given in this box, that is things to remember. If you are able to understand all the things which are given in this, it means your all concept, the topics given in the chapter are clear. So student, after completing this, in previous video we started the book exercises of the chapter 20. So at the time when you are watching the video, please take out your book, open page number 118 and take one pen also, so that you can note down the book exercises from the board. Book exercises we will complete in the book and the question answer of the chapter and diagrams that we will complete in the classwork copy. So question number 1, let's start. Question number A, tick the correct answer. Tick the correct answer. So first two question, total number of states in India we have already completed. Total number of states are 28. Question number 2, the president of the Constituent Assembly was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Now student, let's start with question number 3. The constitution was adopted on. Question number 3. The constitution was adopted on adopted on and blank is given. Option number A is 26 January 1950. 26 January 26 January 1950. Second option 15th August 1947. 15th August 1947. Option number C 7th August 1950. 7 August 1950. Option number D 2nd October 1947. 2nd October 1947. So student, the constitution was adopted on, so it gives you a complete sense that once we got freedom from the British rule, then there is a need, a big challenge in front of us, because the population of the country is very large, and now we have to make the new laws, and it's a big challenge that now how we will rule the country. So the need of constitution is once we get the freedom from the British rule. So option number B is not a right answer. 15th August 1947, what's happened? We got the freedom from the British rule. 7th August 1950, no, this date is also not right. 2nd October 1947, this date is not right. 2nd October is the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. I am not saying 1947, I am just taking the date 2nd October. Every year we celebrate the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. So student, after the freedom there is a need of constitution, so to rule the country, and our constitution is the longest constitution in the world, and on 26th January 1950 it was adopted. It was adopted on 26th January 1950. So we celebrate this day as a Republic Day also. What we say? Republic Day. And this is a national festival of our country. So this is the right answer. 26th January 1950. Okay, so 26th January 1950 is the right answer. Now see student, question number 4. The preamble is the dash to the constitution. Question number 4. The preamble preamble is the dash to constitution. First option, what is the first option given, student? Ending. Second, beginning. Third option is introduction. And option number D, all of these. All of these. All of these. Okay, student. So, what is the preamble? Is the ending of the constitution? No, this is not a ending of the constitution. Now it is saying it is the beginning. यहाँ से start किया है, beginning of the constitution. No, this is also not a right answer. Introduction. Yes, student. This is the right answer. See, the preamble is the introduction to constitution. It is a introduction. This is the introduction to the constitution, and all of these, this is not a right answer. See, student, in the introduction of the constitution, the four main point is given in this, that we are discussing about the preamble. The four main points, that is democracy, sovereign, socialist and secular. So this is the introduction, and these are the four main points in the preamble. What is democracy, sovereign, socialist and secular? All these things we have discussed in a detail. Democracy, it is means a government made up of a people, by the people and for the people. And another one is, now India is not ruled by any other country. We got the freedom, and after getting the freedom, we are not ruled by any other country, that is sovereign. Socialist, every citizen is treated as equal, and there is no difference due to religions and caste system. Every citizen who is Indian, they all are treated equal, and there should be no difference due to the religion and caste system. Next, all religions are secular, means all religions are रिस्पेक्टेड एंड ट्रीटेड इक्वल इन इंडिया. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि इंडिया में सबसे ज्यादा मेजॉरिटी में जो पॉपुलेशन है बेटा, दैट इज ऑफ हिंदूज, बट देयर आर मेनी अदर रिलीजन्स आर आल्सो इन आवर कंट्री. सो इट इज रिटन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन दैट वेदर all the religions are treated equal. Is it clear? So even other religions are in minority में भी हैं, other religion के लोगों की population less भी है, तो भी सबको equality दी जाएगी, whether the person is belonging to any religion. So these things we have discussed there. Now the fifth point. Now see student, what is the fifth point? The dash is the head of the country. Okay, very good. The dash is the dash is the head. Dash is the head of the country. So option number A, what is given? President. President. Option number B. Option number B, Prime Minister. Prime Minister. Option number C, Chief Justice. And option number D, Governor. So see student, the dash is the head of the country. So when we are discussing about the head of the country, see four options are given: President, Prime Minister, Chief Justice and Governor. So Prime Minister is the head of the government. Is it clear? Prime Minister, I explained you, in India we have three levels of government. How many levels of government? Three. One is the central, one is the state and one is the local, that is in the village areas, and their head is known as Sarpanch or Pradhan. So central, the head of the central government, that is their Prime Minister. Chief Justice in the Supreme Court, so they, and governor, every states have their governors. So who is the head of the whole country? The head of the whole country is president. The head of the whole country is president. So you can write here, president is the head of whole country. President is the head of the whole country. Now we have completed the MCQ question of the chapter. Now student, let's start the fill in the blanks of the chapter. So question number B, fill in the blanks. Question number B, fill in the blanks. So now first question is the rights given to the rights given to every citizen of India by the Constitution or called it dash. See student, so after the freedom, when we make a new constitution to rule the country, then at that time all the citizens of India, in the constitution some of the fundamental rights are given to the people who are the citizen of our country, that is India. So what was the name of the rights? The name of the right is fundamental rights. Fundamental rights. So in the constitution some rights are given to the people of our country, and these are known as the fundamental rights, like right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of a religion, cultural and education rights, right to property, and right to constitutional remedies. These things we have already discussed in very detail. So what are the fundamental rights that is given in the constitution to all the citizens of India? Now next question, that is question number 2. Question number 2, our national song is, our national song is. So student, what is our national song? See, at the time of morning assembly, we daily sing this song in the morning assembly. Do you remember when you are coming to the school at that time? So student, our national song is, and daily in the assembly we sing this song. So what was the name of the song student? Vande Mataram. We daily sing this song also in our school assembly time also. So note down the answer. We कैप्चर कर देंगे, आप सब देखिए. ओके, नोट डाउन. यस, वंदे मातरम. So what was the name of the national song? That is Vande Mataram. And in a rough copy you can also note down one thing, who composed this. It is not given in the fill in the blanks, but for your understanding in your rough copy you can note down this, because many times the question can be asked in this manner also in the exam. Who composed this song? This song is written by whom? So this song is written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. So you can note down in your rough copy. I am not saying that you note down in the fair copy. In your rough copy you can note down. If by chance it come in the examination in MCQ question, this time 60 question are asked in your half yearly exam. So maybe it is not given in the book, but it can be asked in such a manner also. Who composed the song Bande Mataram? So right answer is Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Note down in rough copy. And do you know, student, this song is written in which language? This song is written in Sanskrit language. Okay. Now question number third. Question number third. Directive principles tell the directive principles tell the dash how to govern. So student, in our constitution there are some directive principles which are already mentioned in the constitution, because after the freedom the country is divided into 28 state and 8 union territories. Now the head of each state is known as chief minister. So some directive principles are written in the constitution that how the state government work for the welfare of the people of the state. So directive principle tell the state. Directive principle tell the state how they will work for the welfare of the peoples of the state or the people which are living in that area. Like some of the directive principles which are already given in the book also: ensure work for every citizen. So these are the directive principles: ensure work for every citizen, provide free and compulsory education to all the children whose age is up to 14. Provide free and compulsory education to all the children whose age is up to 14 years. And no one is exploited on the basis of wealth, religion or caste. And providing proper living conditions for the people living in that area. So these are the directive principles which are given in the constitution, so that state government work for the welfare of the people living in that state. Thank you student.